If you told me Willem Dafoe flies around and terrorizes the people of New York in real life, I'd believe you. Princess Diana is so cool. I wish British people were real. I'm in the middle of the movie. My dad leaned over and whispered, "This is my Black Panther." Finding Jesus. How about you find some bitches? Finding Jesus too. How about you find some bitches too? I'd let Ethan Hawke beat me with a belt, not gonna lie. They have Ethan Hawke sitting there, shirtless, with a belt in hand, and I'm supposed to feel scared? This movie makes me feel so violent. Words cannot describe the malice I feel towards the Home Alone franchise. Whenever I see it playing on TV during the holidays, my blood is filled with pure, unfiltered, raw hatred. I wish those dumb parents never left their kid alone at home multiple times so that the franchise would have never existed. If I could, I would delete this franchise from existence, as it is the absolute bane of my existence. Apparently this movie is the highest rated movie on some websites or something, but I know it's bad because the stupid bear sandwich looks nasty. Like, holy shit, is it that hard to put meat and cheese on bread, not your stupid ass fucking England paste? I watched this movie and immediately went and got Subway after watching it because they've never had a shitty person be the face of their company. Didn't understand a single word. How has Jigsaw not killed himself on one of his house traps yet? Could you imagine him just climbing his stairs to get some, like, oatmeal or something, and he forgets about the Knee Smasher 5000? Bitch just wipes the fuck out. Never watched it, but I'm smart enough to know there's only 5 senses, dumbass. There was a lot of turbulence on the plane when I was watching this. I really thought for a second I was going to die watching this shit movie. I'm just rating this date I had today. My friend and former cousin, Amy, said not to watch the movie. This would never happen in real life. Oscar-worthy performance by Leo pretending to like women his own age. I want to hop off a cliff. Thanks, Sony, for inviting me to the premiere. This movie took a wild direction that I genuinely was not expecting. It was a bold move to have Paul Giamatti's Rhino show up and kill every major character in the first 10 minutes, but it really paid off. And then when Toby and Andrew came into the picture, only to be immediately and violently murdered by Paul Giamatti's Rhino as he screamed, "Rye, no way home for you, little spiders," my jaw fell to the floor. The remaining 90 minutes is a heartwarming story of redemption and self-discovery, as the Rhino finally becomes the man previous movies only ever hinted he would become. Folks, this is a story years in the making, the culmination of everything Paul Giamatti's Rhino, and I guarantee you won't be disappointed. 5 ladies walked into the showing late and spent a few minutes continually changing their seats and whispering loudly to each other. They finally got settled in, and then this kid started making noise. One of the women got up, walked over to the kid, and told him to please shut the fuck up. The kid's mom yelled at her and called her a white trash bitch, and she yelled back and got called her fat. And a major shouting match broke out. They walked out and continued fighting right outside. And at this point, half the audience had gotten up to watch them instead of the movie. I was sitting all the way in the back, so I was able to do both. And then I heard the sound of a taser. The mom tased the other lady twice. The mom stormed back into the theater, grabbed her child, she was still holding the taser, and rushed out so fast. About a minute later, the movie paused, and soon after, the cops showed up. They listened to all of our accounts, and then the theater manager offered us refunds or to just go into the next showing. The movie was alright, but the experience was unforgettable. Living in NYC is so fun. 1 hour into the Barbie movie, I stood up and said, "Wait a minute, this shit is for 3-year-old girls," dove across several aisles, and dislocated my rib. Wow, Alfred really put his entire Hitchcock into this one. The Truman Show, but Harry Styles violently eats pussy. It should have been Michael Cera who got pregnant instead. More use of the word gamer than a Fox News broadcast after a school shooting. This generation's The Godfather Part 2. The impact this would have had on New York City would have been 1,000,000 times worse than 9/11. Almost perfect. I just wish there was more than one alien in it. Holy hell. The possibility of Addison Rae becoming a regularly booked actress is a bigger threat to humankind than COVID. They did their best to make me think otherwise, but being rich as shit seems pretty awesome. I don't know why everyone was freaking out. The beach was basically just an instant MILF making machine, so I don't really see the problem here. Joker, but for jazz musicians. So no head. I'd rather get norovirus than watch this movie again. Don't you just hate it when your school accidentally has Nazi snakes in the basement? This is definitely fruity. A 3-hour-long PSA on the dangers of being radicalized on the internet, disguised as a classic story of an emo going up against a twink. Gayest Batman ever, God bless. 1 star because someone said I look like the Lizard. Watched an edit of when Greg broke Rowley's arm and the audio was Olivia Rodrigo's driver's license. So sad I cried and got goosebumps. Still too little CGI. Watch the Sonic movie instead. Can't stand British people. Why do they want to live this badly? I hope the first person to watch this as TikTok clips gets hit by a car. This is what 0 letterboxd likes does to a motherfucker. Why the fuck would you have another baby? What a little bitch, Lamau. OMG, I think of myself as an anxious person, but this movie made me feel French. Got my hog slopped watching this masterpiece. The N-word is probably Tarantino's second favorite thing, after feet. Do you reckon Edward slurped up the placenta blood as a nice little aperitif? If Lewis Carroll was my brother, I'd fuck him too. Let's add this to the list of films with humanistic animal leads that I'd let raw me. That's what my pussy looks like. If Ryan Gosling kissed me like that, I would have no problem with him brutally murdering people. God is dead and it's our fault. So you're telling me that in this doleful, dystopic world, one of their primary forms of salvageable, non-perishable food is canned beans, and no one in this family is farting on impact. Not to mention, Miss Emily postpartum Poppins simply must be letting those queefs out. And Cillian Murphy, I know that man sharts. Can't really be that quiet of a place. I loved the movie. Johnny carried the film. He is sexy and sweet and the most talented. Plus he has daddy issues. And his father went to jail, so I relate to him. I wanted that stupid, ugly bitch elephant gone. She's annoying and worthless. That rat can get eaten by those bears, too. Don't get me started on that ugly, dumb, conniving little koala. I want him to be drop-kicked. Otherwise, good movie. I like the songs. Black Panther looked fresh as fuck at that funeral, though. Look, I know this film is almost a century old, so I'm not expecting disturbing creature designs / effects like those of famous 80s horror films such as The Thing, but come on, man. If I woke up to this thing trying to suck my blood with his dry-ass lips, I'd just suplex him. Absolutely lost my shit when Vin Diesel showed up. Should have had at least one Ice Spice song. Throughout the movie, Amy boasts about her lovely small feet, yet Florence Pugh is a size 8, according to WikiFeet. One quick thing, I'm trying to hit 3,000 subscribers by the end of the year, and we are so close. So if you could help with that, that'd be amazing. And as always, a huge thank you to my patrons, Daddy Helion, Dee Dee, and Isaac. Have a good night.